The only winning move: recognizing and disengaging from narcissistic manipulation. Why do certain individuals seem to drain our energy, distort reality, and make us question ourselves? Why do interactions with them leave us feeling confused, exhausted, or diminished? In this exploration, we uncover the hidden mechanics of narcissistic manipulation and the only effective way to handle it: through disengagement, boundary setting, and self-mastery. Understanding narcissistic behavior. Modern psychological studies estimate that 1 in 10 people exist on the spectrum of narcissism, psychopathy, or sociopathy. This is not an accident. It reflects deeper societal and environmental influences that shape human behavior. A narcissist thrives on control and dominance to extract energy from others. Their need to feed off external sources of validation stems from a disconnection from their own biogenic life force energy. In essence, they function like energetic vampires, sustaining themselves through the turmoil they create. Narcissistic personalities thrive on control, manipulation, and the extraction of emotional energy from others. They employ tactics such as gaslighting, blame shifting, and emotional escalation to keep others destabilized and in a cycle of seeking their approval. The only effective way to deal with them is not to engage in their game, to starve them of the energy they seek. This requires clarity, firm boundaries, and refusal to be drawn into their web of validation-seeking, conflict, or coercion. Detecting a narcissist involves recognizing patterns of entitlement, lack of empathy, and an ongoing need to dominate conversations and relationships. They often rewrite history to suit their narrative, react aggressively to criticism, and view kindness as a weakness to exploit. Assessing their behavior early on allows one to disengage before being pulled into their cycle of control. Establishing boundaries means not just asserting one's limits, but enforcing them without emotional entanglement. Narcissists thrive on reactions, whether positive or negative, so the key is to remain neutral, detached, and unwavering. They cannot manipulate what does not respond. Therefore, walking away, cutting off contact when necessary, and maintaining inner clarity ensure that one does not become ensnared in their psychological games. In the context of the emptying path, reducing the self does not mean submission, weakness, or allowing oneself to be mistreated. It is about dissolving identification with egoic reactions, personal validation needs, and the compulsion to engage in external conflicts. It is a practice of refining one's energy, shifting from reactive states to a place of inner stillness and presence. True strength is found in non-attachment, in not being swayed by the provocations of those who seek to control. Reducing the self, then, is not about becoming smaller, but about transcending the need to struggle for dominance, approval, or validation in a world driven by egoic forces. It is a path of deepening into presence, where one remains unshaken by the turbulence of others' agendas. How to detect a narcissist. Recognizing a narcissist early can save you from emotional entanglement. Look for these common traits: a constant need for admiration and validation, a lack of genuine empathy for others, manipulative tendencies, including gaslighting and rewriting history, an inability to accept responsibility. Blame always falls on others. Volatile emotional responses when their control is challenged. A pattern of discarding people once they are no longer useful. How to establish clear boundaries. The most effective way to handle a narcissist is to refuse to play their game. Here's how. Do not engage in emotional debate. Narcissists are experts at distorting conversations, twisting words, and escalating arguments to feed their need for control. Refuse to be drawn into emotional reactivity. Practice radical detachment. Understand that nothing you say or do will change them. The moment you stop needing their validation or their approval, you disarm their power over you. Use the gray rock method. Become uninteresting. Give neutral responses. Limit personal sharing. The less emotional energy they extract from you, the quicker they lose interest. Set firm and non-negotiable boundaries. State your boundaries clearly and enforce them. I will not be spoken to in this manner. I will not engage in this discussion, and walk away when necessary. Avoid justification or over-explaining. The more you try to rationalize or justify your actions, the more fuel you give them to manipulate the narrative. So keep responses brief and factual. No contact is the ultimate power move. When possible, completely remove yourself from their sphere of influence. A narcissist's greatest fear is irrelevance. When they can no longer extract energy from you, they lose their grip. Reclaiming your energy. The process of detaching from narcissistic individuals is not just about escaping toxicity. It's about reclaiming your life force energy. When you no longer react to their control games, you redirect that energy into self-growth, biogenic communion, and inner peace. Closing thoughts. Reducing oneself in the spiritual sense does not mean becoming weak, submissive, or allowing abuse. It means dissolving egoic attachment while standing firmly in integrity. True emptiness means nothing external can shake you. Narcissists operate on a frequency of control and dependency. Do not match them there. Instead, rise above their game entirely. The only winning move is not to play their game. Peace be with you.